Hello guys, I have another video to add on to this boundary series that I have been creating around setting boundaries with people, not being a doormat, becoming aware of and healing any codependent and enmeshment patterns in your life, and so on and so forth. And something that I want to say about this is a lot of times a big fear that we have with pulling our energy away. This would be in a dynamic with someone who has a hard time taking care of themselves and just someone who makes it feel like they need you, and you feel like you feel stuck in that kind of dynamic. There is this fear that arises within us that if I pull my energy away, they're not going to be okay. Their life is not going to be okay. If I don't do this for them, then this will happen. If I don't support them in this way, they're going to go back to their abusive ex. They're going to go back on drugs. They're going to not have a place to go. Like the reasons are infinite, but that's a pretty big fear, and that's a pretty big responsibility to take on for someone, feeling stuck because you're afraid of the consequences of their actions. This makes you feel very powerless, and this is not the way to live. As long as you are stuck in this energy, there's always going to be energetic leakages in your own field that prevent you from fully embarking and grounding in on your soul mission, which we are all meant to do that here on this planet. And if you're in this kind of dynamic and you're trying to hold somebody up, know that this can only last for so long. You can only be a cushion for so long for someone. Each and every person is responsible for their life. They are responsible for their karmic retribution. That's just something we all go through. We're all here doing this path. And there is a degree of, healthy assistance with someone for sure, but that should only come from a place of desire and of love. It should not come from a place of force, of pressure, of fear. At that point, we need to really be very clear with ourselves and do the thing that feels scary for our own betterment. Again, each and every person is responsible for their own lives, and as long as you are a cushion for someone else, they're not going to have the opportunity to fully find themselves and walk that path themselves. And I know it's not easy. It's, a complex thing. It's nuanced. But it's just something, part of this path that has to be moved through for the evolution of both parties. When you do what's best for you, in the grand scheme of things, you always do what's best for them. When you are acting from fear, so are they. They are not able to fully step into their power, which is a right that we all have. And also, know and believe in them. Believe that they are capable of handling this life on their own. They are capable of traversing their karmic wounds on their own. And maybe you don't think that they are because you feel like if you pull your energy back, they're going to get into this, they're going to do that, they're going to do that. And that's part of them working through it. Whatever they go back into, whatever choices they make, life is eternal, okay? Life is eternal. I believe this is just one life of many. I believe if we don't solve our karmas in this life, they're going to roll over to the next life. And in that sense, we're all going to have to do it eventually. We're going to have to snip the cords eventually so that they can move on and we can move on. And that doesn't mean that we fully have to cut out this person forever and ever, but it means that we have to cut energetic ties with the energy that is currently in the field, and that probably will look like not being involved with that person for a bit and maybe forever. It just depends on the circumstance. But if you want a harmonious relationship with this person, that is possible. It can happen. But you have to hold in your heart the vision of how you deserve to feel from that person, how the kind of love that you deserve to feel in this kind of relationship, in a friendship dynamic, in a parent dynamic. And then look at what the dynamic looks like currently. And if it's not resonant with that dynamic that you wish for, cut it off for right now. Set boundaries for right now. At least have a conversation for right now. And then, if it is meant to come back harmoniously, it will. And because you cut those cords and set them free, that gave them the chance to step into themselves, to step into their power and come back harmoniously. But again, going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, what they choose to do when you step away, it's not your responsibility or your fault. If your stepping away causes them to go downhill, from a human perception, that's not your fault. That was always in the cards for them. If they're gonna go downhill, they're gonna go downhill, whether you're there or not, okay? So that is my message. Just don't put so much pressure on yourself and prioritize yourself and your needs. And, you know, you only have one life as you, at least. We have, like I said, I think we have infinite lives, but you in this life, like, you're here to do something. You're here for a mission. And alchemizing this energy is probably part of that mission, so that you can come into yourself even stronger. I love you guys. Bye.